Congressman Burgess Owens is a Republican congressman from Utah. He's a member of the House Education and Judiciary Committees, which reminds me I do want to talk to you about education today after it was such a big story yesterday. But what do you make of the Democrats rolling out Senator Sanders and AOC?
I consider this pretty rich. Here's a guy who's never been out and worked a day in his life in the real world, but he's very wealthy now. He's part of that 1%, by the way. And AOC is the same. It's socialism. It's Marxism. It never has worked, never will be, and the American people turn their back on this mess. So I'm thankful that we're now getting back to what education should be. We're going to start teaching our kids what capitalism looks like, what the middle class, how it's built by business owners to take a risk and become successful and pass those values down. We have the greatest country in history of the world because of our middle class. And that middle class is powered by business owners, not by the people that you're hearing here on the stage. So I'm excited that we're turning this corner and education will be at the forefront. Now it's going to be very, very exciting moving forward.
So a couple of things. So AOC, by the way, I don't think has, I know Bernie's made some money over the years. I don't think AOC has much. But that being said, the argument, I get your take on their argument and your pushback on their argument. So are they hitting the right nerve, though, with their own base, and this idea that they go out and they have a crowd, and that the Speaker of the House says to you guys, don't have your in-person town halls now? Are you having any town halls yourself, for example?
I'm not, and I'll tell you why. Because see, I've dealt with these guys before. I grew up in the Deep South. I know how they work. They're bullies. They're rude. The 1960 Democrats are exactly like the Democrats of today. They're not coming to town halls to get anything done. They're coming to intimidate. They love to intimidate. These are the same people who put the face masks on today, to put the hoods on back in the old days, and they're not there to do nothing but to terrorize and make a scene. So I feel bad for the people who come to town halls today to get information, because they're not going to get it.
So the farther left they move, though, you think it's a political advantage for you guys? So the farther left they go, or the more attention a Bernie Sanders gets or an AOC gets, that's better for you, and you'd rather just, keep going, doing what you're doing, is basically what you're saying.
I think the American people have made a decision, and they should keep doing what they're doing. We're tired of the divisiveness. We're tired of the anger. We're tired of the cursing. We're tired of the disrespect that it has for the American people and our will. So I think they should continue doing what they're doing. We'll just add on to our numbers when it comes down to 2026. I feel very good about the positive message we're giving out right now, of hope, of optimism, of safety. We're doing the right things, and the American people, all races, all backgrounds, are coming to the Republican Party because of it.
All right, a couple of things on Trump then. So he has his own issues, right? I mean, we talked earlier that not like the Democrats, their approval is much lower, but his approval rating's gone down a little bit. I think the tariffs maybe are hurting him, or the anticipation of that is hurting him. And then he's got all this back and forth on the deportation flights. Immigration, still a big positive issue, I think, for this president. But now the courts are pushing back. They just had a hearing. I think they just adjourned. I don't believe there was any ruling that came out of it. But what do you make of that and the fights that the president's been having to get his agenda put forward that might end up going to the Supreme Court? Or maybe that's the idea behind it.
Well, we have a president that's America first. We have a president that American people now are realizing that all the things he's been put down for has been a positive, because he loves our country. And we now have a Republican Party that is very united. Just keep in mind, we just went through a budget resolution and a CR that's allowed us to keep things going, but only losing one vote. So I think the president is not only doing well within 10 weeks, he's going to do much better as we continue to move forward, because we have a message of positive and excitement and hopes and dreams. And we're gonna make that happen, sure.
Thanks so much for watching. Just go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.